Hello folks, here's Paradise, this is Talk, and through these videos of these playlists, we are covering every important thing on English grammar. But in case that you're not familiar with this channel yet, I have to say that through this channel, we are covering every important thing for you to learn English, not just memorize some materials and think that you're learning English. So in here, we're getting comfortable in our English skins. And in this way, we are learning things in a fun and simple way and understandable and yet useful. So through the things that we're learning, we can efficiently use them in our speaking tenses, in our speaking sentences, structures, vocabularies, everything that is covered through this channel is there to help you get more comfortable and confident with your English level. Okay, so in this video, we are going to start talking about conditionals. Through this video, we are covering conditional zero type. But in the following videos, we are going to cover the next types as well. In the previous videos, we already covered some points on grammar. It was perfect continuous, tenses, simple tenses, and some others. So if you have any question about them, feel free to check them. But through this video, we are going to cover conditional type 0. So let's deep dive and see what is it exactly about. Type 0. It is the first type of conditional that we will learn. And here's the formula. As you can see, it's present simple inside. Okay, so what is the condition? If you can remember, we had a video on present simple. What was the case in which we use present simple? If you think you need, pause this video and try to remember what was it about, and then resume it. Okay, you can do this with any video that I'm asking you a question. You are trying to do it yourself first based on the videos that you watched before or based on the things that you already know. Just do the pause, think about it, do some scratch on your notebook, on your paper, write something, try to think about it, try to analyze it, and then resume it. Okay, present simple, we use present simple for the facts, for the general truth, for the habits. Bingo! Scientific facts, general truth, habits, instruction. So, conditional type 0, the formula would be before going for the formula and talking about the usages and examples, in conditional types, we have two parts of sentences. And it's a whole divided into two parts, and in between there is a comma. So one part would be with if, another part there's no if. So we have if in only one part of the conditional sentences. Okay, so the first part, it can be vice versa. If can be the first part of the sentence or the second part of the sentence. The order can switch, but remember, if can be only used in one part. Before comma or after comma. It cannot be used at both. Okay? So if plus present simple, the first part or one half, the other one would be just solely present simple. Deal? So let's see what are the conditions in which we use conditional type 0. As we already imagined, you have present simple, so it should be within the tense of present simple. When do we use present simple? We use present simple for the general facts, for the general truth, for the habits, for giving instruction. These were the points that we use present simple. We can see it in here. to talk about scientific facts and natural laws. So in this case, type 0 conditional we use. To talk about general truth, again, I can say that these two can be, sometimes some parts they can overlap. Or to give instructions or talk about habits. So let's see the examples in these structure, in these contexts, we can understand this conditional type better and fully master it. If ice melts, it turns into water. Do you have doubt about it? That's a scientific fact. We everybody accept that it is true. It is a scientific fact. So you see, if this part happens, as a result, the other part will happen. So this is something in common between all the conditionals. If the if part happens, then the rest of the sentence happens. Before comma, after comma. If before comma happens, after comma will be a result of it. As a result of this one, this will happen. If you drop an object, it falls to the ground. So again, it's a scientific truth. We agree on that because it's a scientific base. Okay? So in this case, we use conditional type 0. It's a cause and effect. If you touch fire, it burns, or your skin gets burnt. Okay? In this way, gets burnt, get is the verb. If you don't sleep well, you feel tired. This is talking about general truth. It's a reality of human being. Being a human means this: if you don't sleep, if you don't rest, your brain doesn't function well, so you'll get tired. Your body cannot perform, cannot function well. So we all agree on that. If you press this button, the machine starts. Again, the cause, if you press this, then as a result, the machine will start working. Okay. If my mom gets home early, she cooks dinner. If this part happens, then as a result, she cooks dinner. Again, it's about talking about general thing. If you mix blue and yellow, you get green. It can be instruction, it can be fact, general law, general truth, because again, we know that the combination of these two colors would be the result of that color. So we accept it. If the sun sets, it gets dark. Again, scientific fact. If you don't water plants, they die. It's clear, everybody knows that. If you don't feed them, they will die. If you eat too much sugar, you gain weight. Again, everybody knows that. That is a general truth. That is a fact. Again, all these ones, they are about these three categories. You can see many other things, maybe in some websites or through AI tools, or in the grammar books, you see some other categories as well to the usages of conditional type 0. But again, I'm saying that these three are the main usages, are the main conditions in which we use type 0 conditional. It can be others, but if you know these three, if you master these three, you can handle this one perfectly. For making it negative, if you don't water plants, they die. If you don't do that. Okay, so whenever I'm going to, the formula that we use for simple present. When I say I eat something, when I want to make it negative, I use the auxiliary verb. of do or does. I don't eat. The same thing holds in here. So when I say if the sun sets, if the sun doesn't set, okay, the same way that we made the sentences, the positive sentences in simple present, negative, the same way we deal with the sentences in here. Okay, what happens if you mix oil and water? What happens if you do something? I mean, what will happen if you do blah blah blah? If I do something, what will happen? This is the way that normally we make sentences in if conditionals. Remember, what was the core point to conditionals? We are talking about a cause and effect. Something happens, and as a result, something else happens. This will hold in all four cases of conditionals. Okay, 0, 1, 2, 3 in following videos. So this is the main point. That is the reason that in here it has what happens, because it's asking about something that would be there as a result. What happened? It's talking about the result. It's talking about the consequences of this action. Okay? So, I hope that now you have a clear understanding of conditional type 0. And in the following videos, I'm going to cover the 3 other types of conditionals. And at the end, as you can imagine, we have a comparison between all 4 conditionals. So one by one, you will understand what actually they are going to cover and what are the cases that truly we use each and every one of them. So in this way, you will have an understanding of what is conditionals, what is the main point to them, and what are the key differences between each of them. So hold on in there if you want to know more about the other types of conditional. So see you in the next video.